Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be watching the hell of homework by Degenerocity. School is starting up soon, so homework is literally going to be hell. If you guys are enjoying these videos as much as I am, please make sure to hit the like button, and also please do consider subscribing. It makes me feel better inside, and let's get into it.
Horseman, father, slave abolitionist, but most importantly, education reformer. Man spent a majority of his career changing the scope of American public school education to an overall better environment. You see, back then, teachers were slightly more dumb than they are now. Anybody could have been a teacher back then, even you. So Horace changed it to teachers have to be trained professionals for him to teach. Also, he wanted more girl teachers. No more teachers with sausages. He opted for a more diverse school environment. He wanted to equalize the learning experience for all kids so they can learn the same no matter the background. The man did a whole heap of advancements to the American education system that we still use to this very day. There's like 1,000 schools that are named after him, bro. This guy made a difference. The man basically made everything we know about modern American education we do today, including enforcing the worst mother thing to ever exist. Homework! This man did everything right for the education system. But with this one thing, he made everything wrong. I know you were a slave abolitionist advocating to end slavery and all, but bringing homework over to the U.S. might even be worse than slavery. You know how Oppenheimer made the first apology video after creating those nukes that were dropped on Japan? Well, imagine being this Frankenstein-looking dude, ruining the childhood of everybody in America. Homework is the worst thing to ever happen, and I'm gonna try to explain every.
It's not that bad. Homework is not. It's not that bad. It can't be that bad. It's like sometimes it's bad. The only times that it's bad is when your teacher, right? And this has happened to me. This happened to me last year. This happened to me the year before. It happened to me the year before that. This is the worst kind of homework, right? Your teacher, right? She or he goes over a few problems. This mainly happens in math too. Mainly happens in math. Goes over a couple problems, right? And it shows you, how to solve them, right? Then gives you the homework. Everything's cool at first, right? You get home, first couple of problems, you're like, oh, we went over this in class. I know how to do this. You get through 1, 2, and 3, come to 4. Come to 4, and somehow everything has changed. Somehow the formula that was working before, it didn't work again. And it's just not working out. What happened? And that it's a completely different problem. Oh my god. This is giving me memories from geometry. Golly.
Every single minute detail on why not only it sucks, but it's useless. But for me to explain that, let's figure out why homework was created in the first place. Through a simple Google search, it says Robert Novellius, an Italian teacher, invented the whole concept of homework, and he assigned it to punish students who didn't demonstrate a good understanding of the lesson that was taught in class, or just lazy and disobedient students. He would punish them with homework. And yes, I might agree that homework was a worse punishment than being beat with a ruler, and I could just blame all my school misery on this guy. But when researching it, it also says he did it.
Being beat with a ruler actually hits harder. Literally.
It's in 1905 or 1095. Now, I might not be a genius, but the math isn't math in here. How he do this in 1905 or 1095? That's like 6 billion years apart. Is he a vampire? Is he related to Nicolas Cage? We'll never know.
I actually know that meme. My brother sent that to me.
Because apparently there's no real evidence this Roberto Noodle guy even existed. So Google is giving me some false information. Now I gotta switch over to Bing now. The real reason on why homework was created dates back to ancient Rome in the 1st century AD. That's a few years after the Big Bang. The term homework can be traced back to this time, said by Pliny or Pliny the Younger, an oratory teacher. That's a teacher that teaches you how to talk to strangers. He believed the repetition and practice of speech would help students get better at their speaking skills. So he would often tell students to practice speaking at home, essentially homework. So homework was created for students to practice the subject. I mean, that was probably a no duh for most people watching, but the way this
I like this little history lesson, it's it's explaining why homework is bad, but it's also going into a little history.
Pliny guy used it isn't really homework. You know, sometimes teachers will tell you your homework is to study for the test the next day. And when they say that,
Yeah.
in my head, they basically told me, I don't got homework. I'm not gonna study when I get home. I'm gonna be too busy playing Hello Kitty Adventure. Then I'm gonna study last minute on the bus ride to school the next day, also studying a bit in homeroom before their class, and I'll still get away with a B minus. Hey, I'm happy with that. PP, the teacher's homework, wasn't really homework. It was a suggestion. Like how dentists suggest that you brush your teeth twice a day. Don't tell me what to do. I brush my teeth once a week.
That's not. Ooh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That is not a suggestion. Brushing your teeth twice. Brushing your teeth twice a day is not a suggestion. You should be doing it at least twice a day. You need to be doing it at least twice a day. This is why people walk around with stink breath all the time. I cannot have that. And when I offer you a piece of gum, you better take it. Thank you very much.
Tops. But obviously, homework has evolved since the time of Phineas and Ferb. Instead of studying, we have multiple choice sheets, written assignments, projects, reading whole textbook chapters of homework. Isn't that what class is for?
Oh my God. Last year, I'm so sorry. I keep on pausing. But last year, on the first day of school, I had a I had a homework assignment to come home from my history class. And it was to read the whole prologue. Okay. It was AP World History. It was AP. And so I do understand that. But still, it was the first day of school. I came home with homework and I had to read a whole chapter of the textbook, the AP World History textbook. It was the prologue. I had to read it and had to summarize it. That was outrageous. Absolutely not.
You assigning me textbook
I dropped out of that class like a week or two later. I could not do it.
chapters to read as homework is basically telling me to go and teach myself. What am I here for? What are we doing here then? I might as well be at home playing with my Hello Kitty. I remember I had this one teacher that would basically assign essays to type every class as homework with a minimum word count of like 300. Don't take honors history. Worst mistake of my life.
Yeah.
Homework now is just an overload of mandatory tasks that when combined with every other class that assigns it, you're looking at a whole behemoth booty load of exhaustion you have to do every night. And all this new age of homework is still looked at as practice of what you're already learning. But in this day and age, how is homework practice? Practice for what exactly? How fast can I Google the answer to this question? How fast can PhotoMath scan this math equation and give me the answer with work? How fast can I find a Quizlet that has every single answer to every single question on any English or science assignment in order? This is no longer practicing or studying these subjects. We just copying and pasting, especially nowadays with stuff like ChatGPT and all its alternatives, where we can get whole essays about feet typed to us in a second for free. Homework in general is just obsolete, or at least its intended purpose of making us study and practice is. Homework is just needless work. Stop assigning it. I bet you teachers will like that too. It gives you less work to go through and grade. I know some of you teachers complain about the amount of work you do.
No, literally. Every single time. Oh my God, guys, you don't know how hard it is to be a teacher. And it was my math. I have a lot of words for my math teacher, my geometry teacher. Not the before one. Because I had a geometry, she was perfect, right? Her name was Miss D. She had to come up with a substitute. But her name was Miss D. I loved her, right? Chef's kiss. She taught us perfectly. And then she had left to go to a new job. And she left us this girl named Miss B. She left us stranded. Stranded.
Then y'all just give out more homework, essentially giving us more work for me and you. Do you like to suffer?
Literally.
Is that what you like? Suffering? Speaking of eternal damnation, let me talk about how even people back then agreed with what I'm saying. In the early 1900s, big-time publications like the New York Times and Ladies' Home Journal published articles on how homework can affect the health and mental state of a child negatively. The articles basically showed, you see that kid right there? That's your child on homework. These articles caused an outrage against the schools in the West. And California, being California, it did something insane. But for the first and only time, a good kind of crazy. In 1901, California banned homework for kids under 15. You thought it could never be done. But faith has been restored. Skip some years, and in 1923, the American Child Health Association formed. And they also thought homework was bad for the brain. And
is California still doing it now? Because I can pack up and leave. Honestly, I'm 15. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Next year, I'm going to be doing homework. It doesn't even matter.
In the 1930s, they even went as far as to deem homework as child labor. You see, during this time, America just had the Industrial Revolution, and the children yearned for the mines. So kids as young as 5 were playing Minecraft in real life. And by the 1930s, a bunch of laws had sadly been signed against child labor. But recently for it. And since these laws were being passed, the ACHA thought it was a great opportunity to finally get rid of homework once and for all. Obviously, that didn't work out.
I love
and
Mercy,
about that
by the
California
way.
bill, that also didn't last long. That only lasted like 10 years. Like
Yeah.
everything in California, the fun only lasts a second. Then you're homeless. There's more to this American homework story, but we all know the ending because we're living in it. ACHA were the only group of people that understood that we were being worked to the bone over this work. How not only it was hurting us, but it was destroying our minds. Yet our government failed the people's needs once again. The hours and nights of work I had to do just so my grade could go up 0.02%. And for
oh my god. I remember my grade was like this. It was like this, right? And I was like, you know what? I need to get it up to an 80 at least, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do some work. I asked my teacher, what is the best assignments to do to get my grade up to an 80? He said, do this, this, this. I did this, this, this. Tell me why it went up by it went up 79 point whatever. The way I almost strangled that man.
For some reason, go down 50% if I didn't do an assignment. The amount of stress that brings a student, it's deadly. I've already described why homework is useless, terrible, and gave my firstborn cancer. It's a punishment that would be beyond my comprehension if it didn't exist. I hate homework so much. I want it abolished, almost as much as I want stealing from Walmart to be legal. And in my world, it is, but let's not right now. But what's the replacement of homework if it were to get banned? What will take its place? I'm gonna tell you. Actual studying. Homework would be you studying all the notes and what you went over in class. So the practice part of homework would actually work. And I know some people are thinking, nah, you a liar, man. You just said whenever studying was your homework, you're gonna go and play Hello Kitty Adventure. You can't fool me? Yeah, and the reason for that is because every other night I'm doing back-breaking homework. The only reason I play video games that day is because it's essentially my day off. That's why. If I was assigned to study every day as homework for every class, I would probably still play video games, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
but
let's not lie.
It would motivate me more to study. Maybe after clocking in 5 hours on the 10 dogs, I'm gonna feel a little slumped. Then I'm gonna remember, oh yeah, I got school tomorrow. Then study for like 5 minutes, you know? Better than nothing. You know, what's really better? Copying and pasting an hour worth of homework, learning nothing, or that 5 minutes every day where I learn and practice 5 minutes of stuff and actually remember. I think we both know the answer. It's a better system, man. I'm telling you, it's a win-win on both sides. The teacher and student get less work while class grade averages go up. Also, to any student that would still fail their classes with this system, nah, you just dumb, bro. Sorry. You still failing when there's no homework, bro. You're the one with the doodle for brains. Just transfer, bro. I got the perfect place for you, and that is my reasoning why homework is.
I had this one teacher that every single time we got like bad grades in her class, her name her name was Miss K. Not I'm just using random names because I mean I know they're not. I'm not. You know what? Never mind. But her name was Miss K, and she would call us slackers, one, and two, she'd be like, oh, you want to grow up to work at McDonald's? And then she did this wild thing. I had my friend, his name was John Carlos, and she bought in a McDonald's application for him. That killed it. That killed it. That killed it. Oh my god.
Is hell on earth, and my solution to that problem. Thank you, thank you. And to any kids watching this right now, show this video to your teacher and tell them to watch it, because I just gave them the most convincing reason on why homework is terrible. I'm about to change their brains. I made sure not to cuss or say anything dirty in this video so you won't get in trouble. Yeah. And if they watch this and still give you homework, jump them. Jump them. I'm just kidding. Just put a grenade in their desk when they're not looking. Yeah, homework is dookie.
Oh, I actually like that.
That's all I wanted to say.
Movie. Or
and in conclusion,
no, I don't. I don't think so. But yeah, that was a great video. I had very strong opinions on the video. Because I relate to it so much. Homework is bad. It makes me cry. But if you want to make me happy, if you want to make me happy, please hit the like button and please consider subscribing. It makes me happy. Yes. Um I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.